Welcome to this channel. So I'm introducing you to my book. This one is called The Mind and the Universe. So in this book, The Mind and the Universe, I try to work on creating a concept that, in fact, that understand how systems around us work. And so the first realization was to say that everything is a system. So we live in systems of systems. So the universe is a system. And I wanted to understand how systems work. It's called like systems thinking, things like this. But beyond this, so I wanted to identify the process of how the world evolves. But talking about how the world evolves means to talk about how the mind works, because it is the mind that we use, every one of us, to explain how this world works. So the mind and the universe, how these two are correlated. So I explain different ideas, different ways that the mind can work. The mind can see the world as being one thing. So this is like it's called, how do we call it? God damn it. I wrote this book quite a while ago. Monism, or seeing the world through one particular thing that we call the singular event. That singular event is the event that, from which everything else comes from. Well, so that's the Big Bang. But we see this way to see the world in like history. Say, oh, World War I, it's all because of this particular event that took place in 1914, the assassination of the Franz Ferdinand in Sarajevo. And without this, there would be no like World War I. So we see this is a type of way that the mind uses to understand the world. It's like to see it through one singularity, to see it through monism. Or we've got duality, like we split the world in two. Or we have pluralism, universalism. It means we see the world as being much more complicated than this, and we may see this whole world from far away, from the big picture perspective. So we see these different ways of thinking, from like reductionism to holism. So these are the ways the mind works. And of course, I use all the different aspects of the world, from the Big Bang, from the universe to the solar system, to the earth, to life, to humanity, to civilizations, to language, and how all these steps in in history, in the big history, how we see each of them and how do we place them in the different ways the mind works to understand these events in the world. So this is what's called the mind and the universe.